I didn't see if the thing said it started or still waiting to connect. Good evening. Hello, Instagram. How you guys doing? It's been a minute. Can't even apologize for it. I've been super busy. Hey, View. Love you. I saw you live last night. I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be on this one. Let me get off of here because you were enjoying yourself, okay? I stayed for a few minutes and I was like, let me go and click off just in case it gets more wild. Y'all follow my nephew, Ink by Jaw. He has a good time over there. But yeah, I wanted to pop on and talk about goals because I just left the gym. And after my shower, he said, oh, don't be watching. Don't be watching your lives and get crazy. I saw. Like, I've only caught a couple during the day when you're actually at the shop doing your fantastic artwork. But I caught this one at night, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how we're doing it. All right. Well, yeah, let me go on. Auntie not supposed to be on that one. But yeah, I was working out and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm so behind on my body goals. Like I've lost the same 10 pounds about 18 times. And I'm really at a point where I'm like, okay, I got to get a hold of why I'm doing it because it's so easy not to do. It's not that it's hard to do. It is, you laugh out loud. It's not that things are hard to do when you have a goal. It's just easier not to do it. You know what I mean? It's easier to say, you know what, I'm just going to have this stack of pancakes at Snooze than it is to, you know, go home and make this salad or bring a salad to lunch. Like I'll literally take a lunch with me and hey y'all, take a lunch with me and like, you know what, I don't even feel like eating that today. I'm gonna eat something else instead. So I'm like, okay, Vanessa, what is your goal? What are you doing this for? What are you hoping to get out of this? And I apologize that I'm in the darkness, but y'all can see that I'm leaving the gym, so I'm still kind of driving. But every time it's time for me to go live, I always have an excuse like, oh, I'm driving, not right now. Oh, I've got this going on, or I'm in my studio and I don't have signal, or there's always something going on. So you guys just bear with me as y'all catch me in transit. But yeah, I'm just like, you know what, you got to get really laser focused because I want to see some results before the springtime actually hits. Like, the springtime is the time where we need to be prepping to get to our next level. Honestly, because summertime is right after. And who ain't trying to be in a whole dress coverall suit like I'm trying to be in my bikini come June? Understand? So I'm like, okay, now what does that mean for you? That means you can't have this stack of pancakes. That means maybe not have the whole, bag of popcorners in a week's span. Because popcorners is the devil. They worse than Cheetos. Cheetos is a gateway drug. If y'all didn't know. JK. No, but honestly, I have Cheetos and I want something sweet. Then suddenly I'm eating, God knows I'm eating everything. So I'm like, yeah, maybe stay away from the chips. And I don't know if you guys saw my post maybe a month back talking about how what we crave correlates with your emotional state. So that was like very eye-opening, which is even more telling that these goals, sometimes you can get a little, frustrated and anxious and stressed and, feeling like, okay, I'm behind. And one good thing I can say is I have done everything that I said I wanted to do, not to the capacity that I wanted done. Like I want to produce more of my body creams instead of hand making them, one jar at a time. But I've been able to finish my calendars. I have finished structuring out my classes for the most part. I've even held one class, and I plan to hold another couple of classes before we do the main thing. I'm just kind of doing some little private things on the side for, the couples or for the few people that want that one-on-one feel. But yeah, I'm just like, okay, you're still, you're making slow, steady progress, but it's still progress. So I think that deciding my why, downtown is always crazy this time of night. watch out for the pedestrians, the potholes, and the panhandlers. And the homeless. God. That's another reason I need to go and make my billions so that I can help this homeless situation as much as I can. But anyway, do the little small part you can. Leave the rest. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, what are my new set of intentions? What do I really want to do? I've lost the weight before. I've gotten in tone before. I've gotten these classes done before. What do I actually want? What am I trying to accomplish by doing all of this? Is to help people. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, surely somebody else besides me is going through this, where you're like, okay, I just need some help, or I just need to talk it through. I need somebody that may be a step or two beyond where I am, that can maybe answer some questions. So that is what I'm here for tonight, in a roundabout way. I was working out at the gym, and I'm just kind of watching people coming in and out, and, you know, working on the things that they want to work on, and being very disciplined. I'm starting to see bodies change from how they started to how they look, from where they started to how they look now. And this one lady in particular, I'm just like, oh my God, like how, like, did you start out like this, or did this working out get you to this body? Like, how? And she's like, you know what? No, I'm still working because I want to gain weight. And I'm thinking to myself, sis, like the weight gain is going to come with time, with age, and with childbearing. Like, what are you doing? Like, absolutely perfect. But it just reminded me that everybody has a different goal. I was talking to someone not too long ago, and I was like, it seems like everybody wants opposite of what they've already had or experienced. Literally, the skinny people want to be bigger. The big people want to be thinner. The people with long hair want short hair. The people with short hair want long hair. It's just like, we're so backwards. Like, whatever you don't have is what you want. And whatever you do have, you don't really appreciate. So I'm like, you know what? Let me figure out where my happy medium is, and then figure out where my top is, so that, you know, I know what I'm working for, but not overlook what I've already been blessed with. I think that's a good way to say that. To be content, but also to be striving to be my best version. Not complaining, and not complacent either. I don't want to complain about where I am, because we're all living the exact life that we want to live, or we're on our way to living that exact life. But we're all in a good space in that we're able to have woken up today. We're still out here on the internet, so somebody's paying the internet bill. Wi-Fi still working, cell phone still on. For the most part, we have been able to clothe. Look how beautiful that is. Eee. Been able to clothe ourselves, and hopefully had a meal today. And that's another thing. As I'm working on my goals, continuing to work on my goals to get to my ideal dream weight. And that doesn't have to be the number that everybody agrees on. It's the one that makes me comfortable, because I don't like wearing waist trainers and body shapers and all these extra things. I just want to be able to put on my sundress and keep it pushing. But as I'm deciding what my goals are for my weight, for the business, how I want to do things moving forward, I'm like, I need to prepare so that, you know, this is a little bit easier for me. Like, okay, what is it going to take for you to meet this number? Okay, well, maybe lose, 2 pounds a week, or maybe lose 5 pounds for the first 2 weeks, and then just kind of taper off so you don't lose it so fast and then come back with the vengeance. Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about with the water weight and the extra retention gain that we happen to get, So I'm like, okay, well, what does that require? You're going to have to leave some fruit, some raisins, some type of snacks in the car with you, so that once you leave that gym, you're not, tempted to jump in somebody's fast food line, even if it's for a salad with all the extra croutons and all the extra goodness that they put in these packets at Chick-fil-A. It's just like, did I even really do the right thing here? Because I'm still eating like 1,200 calories for one salad by the time I finish putting all the stuff on there. So, yeah. Brought an apple, brought a from Whole Foods. I don't know if you guys have seen these and how much you're able to see in the dark. But it's a compressed banana with cocoa that they put in a jerky, basically. And so I leave little stuff like this in my gym bag and in the car, bottled waters and things like that to support me in my goal of staying on track. So I don't make, silly mistakes because I'm hungry and now it's just like, just give me food now, when I could have had something to snack on and just kind of calm that craving. Because I know the body, once it starts craving, it has these triggers from the sugar and from the salt that we eat, and that causes the body to want more of those same things, which puts us, puts the body in a nutritional deficit. So I'm like, let me reset my system, let me detox, let me get intentional, let me stop cutting corners, let me stop saying, okay, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, I don't know what to do. My biggest thing was, moment of transparency, my biggest thing was, if I eat, not so great today or terrible today, I'll just drink more water. No, that's not the goal. To eat whatever and then just think you can flush it down with water. Although that's 80% true. A lot of times you can drink water, but it's like, why would you put your body through that, where the cells have to redump and do all these extra things just to get it out of your system? So anyway, I have a couple of goals that I've just talked about. So I just figured, okay, I wonder what they got going on down here. I wish I could turn this around to show y'all. I'm not sure that I can. Hey, what's going on there? I wish I knew how to pronounce that. Is it Yugo Money? How do I turn this around so y'all can see my beautiful city? Anytime I look down here in this building, it's purple, because it goes from purple to green. A lot of nights I'm like, ooh, that is my bat signal. They are rooting for me as a business. I feel like they talking directly to me when they change everything green and purple like this. I'm like, those are the Avale colors. Thank you so much. Keep it on the people's minds. Now, what I do notice is that when I would love to stop so that I can talk without being distracted, every light has been green. Have y'all noticed that? I don't think I've stopped one time. Well, I did stop one time. Literally, every light is green. How? Okay, well. All right. There we go. There's yeah, but so yeah, if you guys have any goals, I'm gonna post this for later. Just kind of popping in without any specific topic besides goals. If you guys have any questions or have any goals that you're working on that I can help with, if you have something that you just like to talk about or vent or release, just let me know, and can kind of answer some of those things. Now, I know that my DM get pretty full and pretty busy, and I'm just like, we had an opportunity to kind of hash this out when I had the time for that. And after about 40 or 50 DMs, it's kind of impossible to make time to go in and address those things individually. So it's good when we can. Let me turn this back around if I can see. It's good if we can address those things, when we're taking time to do those things. Like live and like post, the interaction of those are important too. Because if I see it's something that you guys like, I'll do a little bit more of that. But if nobody's talking, then it's just like, I've said for the last 4 or 5 years, I'm not a fan of doing things that don't work. Don't like spinning my wheels, as none of us do. So yeah, let's see who's in here. I think my first goal is going to be to do another 5 pounds. I've already finished the book, but I've got to get the formatting done. That book has been finished for 2 years. I just had one page that was mangled. Finally got that sorted out about 2 months ago. Oh, look at this Yahoo driving down the wrong side of the street. Come on, downtown. Okay. So finally got that mangled and got it had to rewrite the whole page basically. Once I figured out where the sentences were, I'm like, what was I even talking about right here? Because the sentences were stacked on top of each other. So I'm like, okay, I had to go back and rethink the thought. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to say there. But anyway, doing the formatting so that it looks proper when you actually go to start reading, so it doesn't look disjointed. Make sure everything is uniform properly. That's the other thing. And then I've got some business things that I won't quite share here because I think, some things you don't need to just really share with social media. But I do want to kind of get those things locked in. And then maybe I'll share those once they are locked in. It's kind of like the trimester thing. You don't tell anybody about your first trimester until after you've gotten out of the woods. Make sure everything is nice and healthy before you just start, because not everybody's excited about your progress. Okay. So yeah, I am almost home. People are running red lights, as you can see. Come on, Dallas, do better. Good old downtown. This is how we live in. The Wild Wild West. They just kind of drive where they want to drive. Look at you. See? I turned the camera around just in time so Dallas don't embarrass themselves with how they are acting tonight. But anyway, we'll give it a couple of more seconds, maybe a minute or two. See if you guys have anything to say or to add or to ask. If there's something in particular that you have a question about, need help with, please feel free. This is the most amazing thing that every single one of these lights has been green. I am amazed, actually. How am I driving this long without stopping at a red light? Amazing. Every night I get stopped by about 12 lights. Tonight I'm just coasting right on through. Let me turn this around. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Oh, you can't see the building. Can't see the forest for the trees. The trees are right in front of it. So y'all can't really see. Wow. All right. Just another moment or two. Hey, all day, yay. And C-Mac and 75 Icon and Coach Kandaka. Harlem Lake Show, I think is what that says. Hey guys. Official Brand Machine, I think is what that says. Good evening, good evening. Okay, there we go. Almost home, guys. So yeah. All right. Well, if all minds are clear, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my ride in. Just thought I would come in and chat for a second without obligating myself and making any promises about the next time I'll get on live. So I say that every time, then it'd be like, for 6 months. All right. Well, I'm going to say good night. Good night. Y'all be well.